So it's the first day of spring, March 20th, 2021. I don't know where the year's been a lot so far, and it's only 2.5 months, almost 3 months in now. I don't know where all this is headed. Nobody does. Anybody who says they do is a liar or some sort of a charlatan, for lack of a better term. I don't know what the rest of the year is going to hold. I don't know if we'll be able to make it through the year and whether or not it'll be worth it. We see all of these terrible things happening to people. They either happen to people or other people do it to them, and a combination of both. Today is my birthday also, March 20th, and 42 years now of this. Not necessarily of this ramping up, but just 42 years of observation have really made it so that it's not necessarily harder or anything of that nature. It's just more so we're not in a situation that looks to have any sort of good footing or anything that'll help us elevate and be better. Sure, we can go to Mars. Those are all really wonderful things. There's even a vaccine now for something that we had no clue about a year and a half ago. Although the vaccine was built off of the first SARS and MERS, and this was just a modification of those two, but that's another issue. And people want to not do it for whatever reason. We have cures for things, not necessarily cures, but we have ways to fight, and we choose not to. I don't know. That's the hard part, because that's not the first time we've had a solution for something and people went, I don't know. And it's like, well, what do you want? I don't know how you want the solution then. I don't know where to go from there. If you hand somebody a possible, not necessarily the be all end all fix, but a interim solution at least, and people reject it, what can you do? It's just hard. It gets harder and harder to try to be not even positive, but just not so cynical about everything, and to try to just accept things that are happening. Not necessarily accept, but understand things that are happening and use that as a method to just, I don't know. I think that's the big thing. 42 years old today, and I still have no clue. When you're a little kid and you're in elementary school, I remember sitting in like second and third grade and thinking, wow, 42, that's a long ways away. I'll have a lot of stuff figured out by then. Listen, kid, not gonna happen. Sure, things will be a little bit better here and there, but I don't know where all this is headed, and it makes this last trip around the sun a bit harder. I think there's just a lot of problems to solve, and whether or not we're capable of doing it is, I don't know. Things will be changing for me personally in a good way. I just wish that were a broader thing. So, we'll get into that other stuff later on in the coming months, I guess. But 42, and I still have no idea. And the more there's this saying, the more light you put on something, the more darkness you reveal. It's like, oh well, we're here, and the more and more we look at things, the more and more we see that we really don't know anything. And at first, it seems like just a call to arms, but it's more just a way to just suppress us more. This is a really depressing thing, but I mean, it's hard to try to just say, okay, hey, we have all these things, and it's all going to just get better and better and better. Sometimes it doesn't, and you just have to learn to roll with the punches at best.